Okay, now for pre-pressing sift. I already got it loaded in there just to save some time on the video. I just took the bowl and had my hash designated knife and loaded in there like such. Use a big spoon, whatever you like. So once I got it in there, I like to just spread it around a little bit at first, and then always get in there with the hands and do a little hand work. I like to feel the highs and lows, tap it out, get these edges nice and smooth, kind of tap as I go, kind of tamp it in, take down the highs, fill the lows. Some nice smooth corners there, smooth edges, so there's not an abundance on the edge and it's uneven. Alright, that looks like about it. And there's the first PTF shim is at the bottom there. Let me take the next one. Got these cut fairly tight, so I want to make sure I got it facing the right way. Once again, because these cuts are never going to be perfect, I marked how it all lines up here. So I drop it in the right direction, and since there's not a lot of material in there in this keef, you just go nice and slow so it doesn't poof out. Get things centered, and do it again. Lately I've been pressing the keef bone dry, and I've been enjoying that a lot. A lot less moisture, makes everything more stable in the end, and getting essentially the same yield, maybe a tiny bit less, but that's probably just the weight of the water. Like literally a half gram, tiny bit less on rather large size presses. So with dry stuff, and if it's not melty, I like to compress it a decent amount here, especially if there's a lot in there. But with meltier stuff, don't go too hard. If you go too hard with the sift, the bottoms here might start kind of bending out of these plates. It'll shift a little bit. It'll just kind of shift out. So you want to just keep an eye on that. If they start shifting out a little bit, you can just take a little hammer or another brick of metal and tap them back in. It's not too big of a deal. Maybe how to take this apart once or twice and readjust things, making it a little tighter. But that's essentially that. So now we'll see if this will be nice to me when I try to break it loose. So I like to release the pressure a little bit. And since this is fairly melty material, I mean it's not super melty but a little bit, I'll just go ahead and go give these all a little tap. I need to get a proper hammer in here. This will be nice to me. There we go. Pop it, spin it sideways like that so it just sits there. Take her off. These cheap fucking Harbor Freight things, I gotta give it a little extra little help there. Take the mold out, set her down. And if you don't keep the PTFE shims clean, sometimes it can get a bit sticky, and you may have to drop it in the freezer for 5 minutes or so. That one peeled off fairly easy. That one did too, and then my favorite thing to do here is smell it. Oh yes. Okay. And that is that.